Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of Insert Coin, an unscripted YouTube series where we reminisce over games of old and we look forward to games of new. I am your host, Troy, and I am joined by a very, very good dear friend of mine, Dom. How are you, man?
I'm fucking awesome, man. This is
Fuck yeah.
I get to be the first person on here.
Yeah, boy.
So if anyone else was like thought they were gonna be,
In before yous.
I win.
Good man. How's things? Are you all right?
I'm good, man. I'm happy to be here. It's almost Christmas.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's a few days away, man.
this is the best thing to do before Christmas is
Yeah,
play
man.
some games, just chat shit about stuff.
That's it, man. That's it. We've done some like gaming things before. We've done a few bits and pieces on Twitch and whatnot. And we also did some like Facebook Live stuff like during lockdown, and we reminisced over our favorite PlayStation 2 games, and we did another one as well. We did PlayStation 2 games, and we did like a whole thing around the announcement of
Yeah.
PS5, and we spoke about that. And this is something I've been wanting to do for quite a while. So finally got my shit together, and
I'm glad you did because I want to do this, and I'm just like, but you've got more stuff than I have. I've literally got a computer and a light.
hey, that's all I started with, man. That's all I started with. And now I've built an empire. Now, honestly, it's really fucking good to have you on, man. Like, I couldn't think of anyone better to be my first guest. So, yeah, man. I'm gonna get into some questions. Firstly, what are your earliest memories of gaming?
So when I was we'll forget the age in it. I was about like yay high.
Wee high, knee high to a grasshopper.
Maybe that same size as Xbox. I don't know. But,
The new one, yeah. Or the PS5.
Probably the PS5 to be fair. So I went on holiday with my mom to visit her cousin and her sons. They had a Super Nintendo and
Yep.
I was in Austria. So first game I remember playing was Austrian Super Mario.
Austrian Super Mario.
Austrian Super Mario.
And how did that compare to your regular Super Mario?
It's the same, really.
Which Super Mario was it? Was it the one on the stairs? I can't remember that. There's so many iterations of Mario. I don't remember what the first one was.
Yoshi's Island.
Okay,
I think it was Yoshi's Island.
nice. I know it was the anniversary recently of Yoshi's Story. I think came out around pretty much this time, maybe 20 odd or so years ago. But yeah, Yoshi's Island. I remember that, man.
Island. I think it was that anyway. But
Yeah.
yeah, like that's the earliest, early. But then, obviously, when I got back, not straight away, but like after that, I was gifted a Master System 2,
Nice.
of which I had the Sonic 2, the Master System version of Sonic 2.
Is that the one that had Alex Kidd built into it?
Had Alex Kidd built it,
Yeah.
and Sonic 2, they gave Sonic, instead of having Tails, who was just on the cover, like Sonic, if you wanted to fly, you just bust out a paraglider, parasail, what are they called?
One of them glidey things.
The glidey thing.
Aye. Paraglider.
Paraglider, it is a paraglider.
Sure it
You just bust down, you just fly through the level, you're just like, this is, like, you think back on it, you're like, this was pretty dumb. All right, you got the fastest thing on the planet, and you give him a paraglider. Like, make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
Please. So yeah, and then after that, like, I think my dad was like a bit of a secret gamer because he was the one kind of like feeding me into games and stuff.
Right.
After that, he had Jamaican drives. I didn't have a Super Nintendo. Yeah, I was pretty much like Sega kid from the off.
Yeah,
mixed with a bit of PC gaming as well.
Okay.
So I think after that Master System, it was a bit PC gaming, and then a monster of a console that was the Sega Saturn.
Yes, Sega Saturn.
Not the Sega Mars, not the Sega Pluto, Not Uranus neither. Fucking Saturn.
What a console, man.
What
I remember some classics on there, like Sega Rally was on there. I fucking
Sega
love
Rally.
that. You had was one of the Die Hard games on?
Yes.
I can't remember which one it was.
So I got my Sega Saturn chip, didn't it?
Oh,
So
okay.
I had the Japanese version, the Die Hard game, and it was called Dynamite Decker.
Dynamite. Oh, okay. So I remember there was Dynamite Cop that came out as well, which was like, I can't remember the link between that and the Die Hard game. I'm sure Dynamite Cop was essentially like a Die Hard game but reskinned or something, and I think it was on the Dreamcast. I could be wrong, but something
It
like
might have been,
yeah.
but yeah, Dynamite Decker.
Nice.
It's cartoony Bruce Willis on
Yeah,
the front.
yeah.
And yeah, I wasn't very good at it. But I was bought the gun, so
Yeah, man.
I was in these streets early.
We don't advocate the use of any weaponry
No.
unless it's in a game. Just
My gun was blue and fake.
play safe. That's it. Yeah, the Saturn, man. What a console. I remember having Panzer Dragoon Saga. Was it Auto Saga, I think? Knights was another
Knights into
cracking
Dreams.
game. Knights into Dreams. They had the special pad for Knights, which was essentially the precursor to the Dreamcast pad.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the old Knights pad, is that pretty much exactly the same design? But yeah, Saturn, phenomenal console. Like,
Phenomenal console.
was that the first disc-based console or one of them? There was some like other like shitty ones.
You had Sega CD, didn't you?
Ah, the Mega CD.
Yeah.
The one like popped into the top, that big fucking monstrosity.
And yeah, I remember the only game on it was that Sonic game.
That was crap. I think there was about 3 games and they're all hot turds. Yeah, man. And so after that, like Saturn, like,
At this, well, so yeah, there was a thing, like you had the Saturn, and then, like I said, mine was chipped because the games didn't really come out that much over here. So I had all the Japanese ones, and then after that, because of how the Saturn kind of phased out, and then Dreamcast came about, yeah, my sister got one of those, but I got PS1.
nice.
And on PS1, games I had on that, let's see what we got. They had like Street Fighter Alpha 3.
Yep.
Pandemonium.
Yeah.
Abe's
the Odyssey.
Odyssey.
Yes, Abe's Odyssey.
What was
Did you ever play Tenchu? Do you remember Stealth Assassin?
Tenchu, Stealth Assassin.
That was quality.
Shenmue.
Yeah. What else? Oh, I had mine chipped, so I got some of the import ones. So I got do you remember the Wu-Tang Taste the Pain?
Yes.
Yeah, I got that because like I think that got banned. It never got released over here, so I got my PS chipped. Managed to play that. What was the other one that got banned? Was it Manhunt? And then eventually it came out. Like I think Manhunt was banned for a bit. Wipeout.
Obviously, Wipeout, Crash, Rayman, Spyro the Dragon.
Yeah, Spyro, man. Quality game.
Spyro the Dragon took me a mission to complete, man.
Yeah.
Like, because I didn't straight away have a memory card for some reason.
Right.
So I had to leave the PlayStation on.
I remember having to do that with it's a Metal Gear Solid 2 on PS2. Didn't have a memory card, and rather than leaving it on, I was just like, right, I'm just going to finish this. Me and my mate Chris sat up the entire night. I think we must have started about 10, 11 p.m. at night. Sat up till about 6 in the morning finishing it. It was just like, well, we've got to finish it because I can't save it.
I'm not starting again.
Not starting again. Like, I think I had a memory card. I'd even like left it at a mate's or something. So I was just like, fuck it, started. So I finished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After that, obviously, naturally, Sega had just been wiped out like a
Rest in peace, man.
like a fucking shit stain.
It's a shame, man. Like Sega, Sega. What do you think? Like up until the Dreamcast is still one of my absolute favorite consoles.
Such a good console.
It's such an underrated console, man. Like there's quality games around, like Crazy Taxi, Shenmue, but what else? Jet Set Radio, Ready to Rumble Boxing, Power Stone. Power Stone's so good, man. Like, if you're a fan of Super Smash Brothers, like Power Stone's just right up there, man. There were some classics on there, but Sega had a really good lineage of consoles, man, up until then. And then I don't know. I think the Dreamcast just killed them. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
what happened.
It didn't do what they expected it was. Well, PlayStation just annihilated them, basically.
I remember they had the modem in the back of the Dreamcast. You could play it, like plug it into the internet, but it was like extortionate rate. I remember like plugging it in like for all of about 15 minutes, and then I'm getting the phone bill at the end of the month. She's like, "What the fuck is that?" I'm like, yeah, I won't be plugging that in anytime soon.
Yeah, my sister wasn't allowed to do that. My dad was just like,
You had the VMUs as well, man. They were fucking awesome. The memory cards. Speaking of memory cards, the memory cards for the Dreamcast. But then you got games like, didn't even mention Sonic Adventure. Like, Sonic
God, yeah,
so good. But
classic.
you had the little, what were they called? The little things you had to look after. They were like Tamagotchi, KO,
the chows, yeah,
that's
yeah.
You looked after them on your VMU, like wherever you went, plugged it back into the controller, and then they hop out into the game, man. Like that was a cool feature. I like that a lot.
I'm trying to think now, because I didn't. Basically, the consoles I had got shared between.
Yeah.
My brother wasn't born yet, so he had whatever I had.
Right.
So my sister had the Dreamcast. My sister also had the Game Boy Color. So I nicked the Game Boy Color so I could play Pokemon because I love Pokemon. Yeah.
What gave it away?
I I legit forgot I was wearing this. I legit forgot. But yeah, like it was all the rage. I watched the anime, like every kid, swiping, dealing cards, stealing them off people, swindling, hustling from 8 years old. You know how it is.
So, spoke about some of your earliest memories and your childhood gaming and stuff like that. Were there any that really stuck out? Not necessarily when you're younger, but just generally like kind of like all-time faves. And childhood was growing up, but like all games are you kind of like ones that you'd absolutely go back to in a heartbeat?
From back in the day, like you've got like, I mean, back in the day, it was so not necessarily like the ones that I mentioned, but there was like other ones because, like I said as well, my dad was feeding them into me. So my dad, being the techie that he is and like jobbies, he also had a PC.
Right.
PCs back then. Yeah, and they had bigger backups than Kim Kardashian. So
you big old CRT monitors as well, man. Like, wham batties,
wham. But yeah, on that, like Ancient Empires, nice. Another what's it called? Soul Reaver.
Oh yeah, Legacy of Kain.
Legacy of Kain.
Mate, that game
had that on the PC.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that's one of my later questions is going to be a game that you would like to see remade or Legacy of Kain.
That
remake Legacy of Kain.
I forgot we made it, but
yeah,
do it.
Shadow Man. Did you ever play Shadow Man? Shadow Man was cracking. I had that on the N64, man. Like that's one I'd love to see get like a remaster as well. But yeah, so like favorites and stuff. Like you're a big beat 'em up fan, are you? Like a lot of fighting games.
Love fighting games. Love them.
Yeah,
so you can name about the Street Fighters, Mortal Kombat, Tekkens.
Yeah.
The Marvel vs. Capcom series is before they became absolutely waste.
Up until what?
2.
3 was
I tolerate 3, but
Deadpool's overpowered as fuck on that.
Yeah.
2 is for me like pinnacle of like being like it's up there. It's so good.
It's the basis of what all fighting games should be now.
Yeah, agreed, 100%. You play because I know you went into your anime and stuff and Dragon Ball Z and everything. You were telling me a while ago about what was the Dragon Ball Z game you were playing? Was it like a beat 'em up game and it's like story driven but also a fighting one thing, or have I got that wrong?
Oh yeah, so this came out like a bit later on. In the early 2000s to the mid 2000s, there was a series called like Budokai.
Right.
And basically it was a fighting from story, but the one that stood out was the 3rd installment where they literally got everything from the entire series, put it into a game, and this is like open world for a fighting game.
Wow, okay.
Hadn't been done.
Yeah.
At that point. So you're a character, and to do progression mission, you're flying around the planet. You're literally the character.
Nice.
Flying around the planet. You see little things pop up. You go see what they are. You've got items or that battles you got to do. And it deviated from the show as well. So like once you've done like the show storyline, they'd come up and be like, oh, if you go back and like search for that and then do that and then do that and then fly over somewhere else and then you'll unlock this, and you'll be like, this didn't happen in the cartoon. So like freaking 12-year-old me is like, yeah, I unlocked this motherfucker. I have he hasn't been in any game ever. So yeah, I got excited about that game and just blasting people to smithereen. Sweet, you got to do it, and
absolutely.
So yeah.
So to jump back, but also forward to the question I asked in regards to games you'd like to see kind of remake, remaster, reimagine, and whatnot. I know you said Legacy of Kain as one of them. Is there anything else?
I was looking forward to it, and whoever fucked this up, like I hate you. Like, genuinely, like, zoom in on me and told you, man, I hate you. But Knights of the Old Republic was going to get remade, and I don't know what happened, but it has been put on the back burner.
Is it because they're doing the big Star Wars open world one now?
I thought they were just doing Tales of the... whatever that thing is that's coming out next year.
I can't remember what it's called.
Where it's basically you go in the cantina and you just do random ass crappy stories with different characters. It sounds terrible. Like, do Knights of the Old... Everyone wants that game.
The Old Republic. Also, do you remember Shadows of the Empire on the 64? That was cracking. Shadows of the Empire on the N64. Really, really, really good game.
Didn't have it myself, but I do remember.
Yeah, that was good. Really, really good. What have you been playing recently then? Like to kind of jump forward to next gen?
Right.
PS5 owner as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Struggle to get that.
Release day, baby. I think the video's on the YouTube somewhere. You can have a look.
I was willing to be late to work to get this console. So, Sony, if you're watching as well, appreciate. You know what I'm saying? Almost got me in trouble. Next gen games. So yeah, like they gave out with this revamping of the PS Now, they gave out Ghost of Tsushima.
Yep.
However the hell do you say Tsushima? I think
Tsushima. There you go.
Amazing game.
Yeah.
Awesome game.
It's like Red Dead Redemption, but in feudal Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've completed that.
Nice.
What else?
You play Seafood? Did you get that?
No, I didn't.
Did you not? That's an impossible game. Like, real difficult. Like, it looks cool. It's kind of like cell shading, like kind of almost 2.5D. The idea of this, every time like you die, you age, but your skill level goes up. So you become slower with age, but you know more. But if you stay younger, you learn less, but you're more able-bodied sort of thing. And it's a weird sort of trade-off, but it's insanely difficult. But like, there's some cool mechanics, like you're able to use the environment, like hopping over tables, like picking up like pots and pans and swinging them about. And really good, like very reminiscent of a lot of like Jackie Chan movies with like the kind of the cool stunts, like leaping through things. Yeah, really good game.
It's on my wish list. I know that. So maybe in one of the sales I might just pinch it.
Yeah.
What else? So a couple months. Well, we're in December, are we? Yeah, October I think it was. A friend of mine, he was going through a bit of a tough period. His cat dying will like kind of hit him a bit hard.
Right.
And one of his favorite games was it's just playing Final Fantasy Online.
Okay.
I'm not usually MMORPG type of person. Like I had Elder Scrolls Online, because that game was just funny.
Yeah.
But the Final Fantasy one, I was just like, all right, like, if it's gonna make him feel a little bit better, I'll play a bit better. Do you know what I mean? It's all right. It's a bit long-winded.
Yeah, as those types of games are. Like,
it's a bit longer.
Have a lot of hours to invest in that.
But when you get there and you get like random shit just like flying in and slapping the crap out of you, like you're just a stain somewhere. I don't know. Like you got just monsters just coming out of nowhere, and someone like, yeah, you gotta go fight him now.
Yeah.
Like, cheers. All right. Nah, it's a good game. It's the graphics are pretty, as you know, for a Final Fantasy game, they're pretty up there.
Yeah.
Considering the game's been out like 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you say, sorry to interrupt, you say you played, was it Biomutant recently?
Yes.
Is that any good? That's one I've had my eye on, but I haven't played yet.
It's on free at the store at the moment.
Okay.
So you basically, I always try and find something, I want to like compare it to a game, but I really can't. But you start off as like a life form.
Right.
And you kind of like choose the path. So remember Fable?
Yes. Oh, shout out to Fable. What a game, man.
Yeah, remake that
Fable.
too.
Yeah, it's Fable.
So yeah, you start off as a life form, and you've got to choose like your path.
Right.
I'm really at the beginning, so I'm still like a bit iffy. But the way the game sounded is just like you can alter your a species, and you can alter it as you level up.
Okay.
So whatever you start with isn't necessarily what
you land with. Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
But like I said, you choose your path.
Right.
So my one, even though I keep thinking that I'm picking like nice things in it, but it says your personality is somewhat dark. Right. Well, That's either racist or I just completely, I completely misunderstood this game. I know. Honestly, it's worth a punt. The storage space isn't dramatically big.
Good.
So
That is the killer at the moment.
yeah.
Storage space. Yeah.
So I was gonna download King of Fighters because the new one came out.
Oh yeah.
And oh man, it's like 100 gig. What? It's like 100 gig. And I'm just like, I ain't got 100 gig on it.
Jeez.
Especially not for a fighting game.
Nah.
I just download Tekken again. Wait, it's only 50 gig.
Yeah. Speaking of which, actually, yesterday I think it was what was it? 20 something anniversary, I think, of, do you remember Fighters Megamix? Fighters Megamix on the SAN.
Oh,
And it had all the characters on, man.
Fighters Megamix.
Yeah. Solid game. Love Fighters Megamix. Like, I really want to get a Saturn for here. The prices of them have rocketed up, man.
I will go into my parents' attic and I will try and dig mine out, and then I'll do it back on the show and we'll play my Sega Saturn.
Absolutely. Nice one, man. Right. That's been the little introduction. We're going to go to a review with my man Rich, so enjoy that.
This review will explore the fourth entry to the Dark Pictures anthology, The Devil in Me. This series from Supermassive, who many of you may know from the horror hit Until Dawn, has been hit and miss thus far. The opening games in the anthology series, Man of Medan and Little Hope, were certainly enjoyable, but paled in comparison to what we would expect from the Until Dawn team. However, in my humble opinion, the third entry, House of Ashes, hailed the dawn of this series as beginning to live up to its potential. That is to say, all of the ingredients have been there: classical horror trope settings, a mixed bag of young eccentric characters, and a sadistic pool of players just waiting to either save them or see them perish in gruesome ways. However, they've yet to be mixed correctly. This is just my opinion. The light in this tunnel is that thus far we've seen improvements in each game. So does The Devil in Me continue this trend? I'm aware of how new this game is, so I'll be seeking to review this game with as few spoilers as possible. This is purely an opinion piece based on my own experience of playing 2 playthroughs of the game. The thrust of these games, by their very nature, is the story and the setting. The story in any horror game must set up enough tension and raise the stakes to a level that the viewer, player, reader must feel not only immersed but also invested. Generally, this has been my issue with the previous entries, Man of Medan and Little Hope particularly, unlike Until Dawn, which did not make me care about the characters. House of Ashes made some headway, but I feel in this area The Devil in Me has finally hit the mark. The game follows a documentary crew who are making a series of films about serial killers in the US. This theme fits with the media zeitgeist very well. In the past few years, true crime films and series surrounding such notable serial killers as Ted Bundy and Jeffrey Dahmer have become very popular. This game centres around America's first serial killer, H.H. Holmes. If you don't know who he is, look him up. It's interesting and touches on themes surrounding culture of serial killer fanatics in the US. It's simply interesting and takes a very interesting take on true crime fiction. The crew are invited to film some of their documentary on an island, typical people gonna die setting, where an eccentric millionaire has inherited a replica of Holmes' famous murder castle. Again, look this up. It's quite simply fucked. Naturally, after their arrival, things begin to go very wrong, which can lead to some or all of the characters, which are a very tumultuous and mixed bunch, being brutally murdered or surviving with a need for lifetime therapy. It's the eccentric nature of this central premise that I enjoy the most. It's rather ridiculous, but something that could happen, and as you explore this island, you learn more about the mysterious owner and his motivations and obsession with Holmes, and it helps you get into the psyche of a serial killer obsessive. This, coupled with the extremely well-executed dynamic between the group of playable characters, gives the player a lot to take in. What they do particularly well is with the group, they provide just enough exposition so you can understand the tensions in the group. but not overwhelmingly so that it detracts from the real peril that they find themselves in. The leader of the group, Charlie, played by Thoros of Myr himself, Paul Kay, is especially complicated and arguably has the most interesting story arc in the game, especially considering his motivations for accepting the invite to the island. But I shall say no more. In delicious supermassive style, your choices, head, heart or nothing, and skills with a QTE can dramatically impact the outcome of the story, so it would be impossible to go further in an analysis having only played it a couple of times. But what I will say is I felt interested, immersed, and cared about what happened. More importantly, I feel motivated to play again to see how things can turn out differently. Mainly, I want to make them all die. The story is as simple or as complicated as you want it to be, depending on how thoroughly you explore it. But overall, it isn't hard to get a grasp of. It isn't based on jump scares, but seeks to put you in the mind of a killer and their victims alike. Our good friend the curator is there to give us a sense of consistency with the rest of the series, which is nice, and some things do go on with him that do make me excited for Season 2. But we would need a spoiler review to go into more detail with this. This game makes some important strides in gameplay compared to previous games. You can run. No longer do you have to sit there frustrated as your characters awkwardly waddle around looking like they might have gotten slightly too frightened in the previous scene. You can cover more ground quickly. This is balanced with there being a greater density of collectibles and clues to find, including obols, which are an ancient currency used to buy dioramas in the game's main menu. However, the environments aren't crafted to make good use of this new feature. Things are very tight and close, and were it not for the movable camera, it would end up being a bit of a nightmare in parts. So overall, whilst this new feature is welcome, it does feel wasted on this game. Where was this when we were trying to get around Little Hope? The butterfly effect system is back and works just as well as ever. Seeing how your actions ultimately affect the outcome is interesting. However, there has been little innovation in this. None was needed. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? The biggest move in gameplay is focused on the abilities of the characters themselves. Each player has an item which allows them to explore different. For example, Charlie can lockpick and open doors with credit cards, and Erin, the sound tech, has a directional mic which allows her to find objects and follow strange noises, etc. This makes the characters more interesting to play with and makes the overall gameplay experience more varied, depending on who you are currently playing as. This is further enhanced by a rudimentary inventory system, which I felt was a welcome albeit unnecessary addition to the game, as the type of game this is doesn't warrant a full inventory management system in place. This is a step in the right direction that I sincerely hope they develop in future games. Whilst they were useful, they were often clunky in execution, but one step at a time. In conclusion, this overall was a fantastic game and the strongest entry in the series. It was engaging and interesting and made improvements where they needed to be made. However, as previously stated, some of these improvements did not get much of a chance to flourish. Each entry is subjective to the player, depending on the subgenre of horror which interests them the most, but I would say that this game should be universally taken as the right step towards this series fulfilling its potential. If I were to give it a score, I'd say this is a firm 8 out of 10. Some ways to go before it hits 9, and especially 10, but certainly still deserves a lot of praise.
Right, we're back, and Dom's brought in a game for us. What are we playing today, mate?
We are playing Return of the King from the Lord of the Rings series.
Fuck yeah.
Lord of the Rings, bed and style.
Wow, no, not having that. Come on in with that blasphemy. We're playing on the Gamecube as well.
Yep.
Because look at these pants.
Pants are weird.
They're weird, like they're strangely comfortable. I love how the buttons are like proper cushiony soft.
And they always made that button.
The C, like the weird. They had that on the 64 pad in the middle, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That always threw me off, but still good.
There. Right, let's get into it.
My dream world.
I haven't played this for many years.
Yeah, I'm talking. This is good.
What? Oh, there's your experienced THQ business.
Oh, remember this?
Yeah, man. I remember that episode of The Simpsons where they do it. Everyone's like heads just explode.
One of EA Games' many triumphs. It's a shame they couldn't carry it on to the modern age.
Saying that, they're doing a Harry Potter game.
That looks alright.
Yeah, it's alright to be fair.
That looks alright. Like, I hate Harry Potter. Like, Harry Potter is the worst thing on the planet.
Wow, there's worse.
Harry Potter's up there. Like,
Oh, you say that like you say that when the likes of Piers Morgan are still walking about.
I'd rather watch him than watch Harry Potter.
Christ alive!
I'd rather watch diarrhea in the toilet.
That's a bold statement.
Come on, man. It's like, you're a wizard. You got powers. Why are you just waving a fucking stick around? Come on, you stupid idiot. Yeah, wizard Harry. Fuck off.
Yeah, get to fuck. I'm not the biggest fan of the films. I don't mind them. But no, I'm excited for the game.
Yeah, the game is.
We've got a little cinematic here.
Oh, man, she's so fire.
It's actually from the film as well. Like, imagine like Gamecube, like little discs fitting chunks of the film on.
Like Kate Blanchett in this film, I don't know why she just does it for me.
To destroy the people of Rohan.
March to Helm's Deep!
Oh, about the Helm's Deep, man.
I need to go back and watch these films, man. I haven't watched them for
I watched these films too many times. I watched all of them in one day.
That's like what, a good 12-hour stint? Like director's cuts, what, 3.5, 4 hours each?
Yeah. Man like Legolas.
Bowman! Bowman!
If there's like a Chinese like censored version, that's what.
Yeah, Bowman.
Look
Look at this, like, I remember that, they thrust you straight into the game, like they show you the battle, and then you're like, bang, right in the thick of it. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
I had this game because we rented 2 towers from Blockbusters and I completed it in the 3 days I think you had when you rented it.
I love that, like they like put a time scale on it like that, so I'm gonna make the most of it.
I gotta do it. I love the 2 towers, I gotta do it.
Yeah, I miss Blockbuster, man. Like that whole like Friday nights for me when I was younger would go into Blockbuster, like get a film out, a bag of popcorn, like a little thing of Haagen-Dazs, like ice cream, or like a game or something. If you like, you get the old games, you get like the 7.9 rental, you get like the premium titles, or like a 1.9 rental.
You should have just bought Netflix when they had the chance.
Yeah, man.
Speaking of Netflix, did you know? This is a fun fact. Netflix was originally trialed on PlayStation in Brazil.
Really?
Yeah. So the Netflix that we know of, not the obviously the sending,
No.
start thing. The Netflix that we know of today. There we go. Back in around. Oh shit.
Was it you or was it me?
I don't. Someone's fighting. Kill it, kill.
Was it me?
Hey, it's me.
Oh, it's me.
It is you.
Oh, right, go on, you do it. All right, you do it. I'm sure I'll jump back in when they give you another character.
Like Gandalf. You're my spirit animal.
Yeah.
I actually what a couple of my friends have got me saved in their phones, Gandalf. I was telling my friend this yesterday. Hack and slash, kick his ass, Harry.
He's on your team, isn't he?
Oh, is he? Why does he look like an orc? Why? You've been out in the sun too long, man.
I like games with your team.
Kill everybody until this happens.
Pitiful tree, you got a cutscene.
Always been my motto. Okay, here we go. Gandalf! Oh, fierce. Yeah, fierce Gandalf. That didn't look that fierce. Oh, the graphics aren't bad, like...
Consider this is what? How old's this?
Oh, this is 2003. Oh, yeah, level up.
Nearly 20 odd years old.
Really?
I don't think this looks terrible.
Just like, there we go. Oi! I will send you in the fire. It keeps telling me to be fierce, and I am being fierce.
Are you pressing the fit?
I was being fierce.
I think it's just saying, yeah, I don't think it's saying you have to do it. Just let you know that it's there.
Fierce. Stop it.
Did you actually have to hit someone with it?
Oh, yeah.
Die, motherfucker! Just bound over to the wall.
Oh, is that where I'm gonna go?
I think so. Yeah, up the ladder.
Bye. Get out of my way.
Yeah, there you go. You can climb button. Up you go.
Firing needles at me.
Oh, you got a ranged attack.
Oh, it's the elk.
Oh, nice. You can.
Oh, shank me.
It's got a little shiv.
Shank. Oh, I love it.
It's chaos, isn't it?
Absolutely. This is what I love in a game, when they just throw you in. It's just madness.
Fucking the Battle of Balls Deep. Like, alrighty.
Episode 1, the Battle of Balls Deep. Wait, stop.
Ah, you press that does something if you stab.
Shank. From the audience.
I think you have to press parry as well, like parry the attack, and then I can't remember what parry is.
Finish it out like that.
Nice.
Yeah. Stop it. Stop. There we go.
Boom. What's Z? Oh, the perk. There you go.
I am coming, Aragorn!
Easy. Aragorn, where are you? Oh, okay, I can't do that. Just carry on. Nope.
Back this way, I think.
Try that little fucking attack.
Trebuchet. Is that cool? Boom shakalaka.
Seize every weapon!
Get over here. Okay. Oh no, you're on my team. God, what? Their clothing is so similar. See this? I'm an old man. You like that shields, and I'm an old man just racing the lot of you. Bang.
How many times you got to do that?
Oh my.
Oh my god, there are different parts of the bridge, I think, which is where the actions are.
Suck my balls.
Do this.
I drink to it.
Oh, there he is.
Of shadow.
Look at it, look how majestic he is.
When you're a servant of the sacred fire and a wielder of the flames of the law, you're allowed to do shit like that.
That was the line for the film verbatim.
Yeah, not bad.
Sauron's wrath will be terrible, his retribution swift.
You tell him.
The battle for Helm's Deep is over. The battle for Middle-earth is about to begin.
Yes,
What's up, man?
that's what's up.
The battle for Birmingham, y'all know that.
There you go. Oh, I forget you get this in the end, don't you? Yeah. Perfect, good, fair. Nice.
Is this a good time to...
Yeah, we call it that, but we'll drop some bonus content.
Yeah.
An extended play of this, so look out for that. Yeah, that's cool, man. That was nice to see. I forgot how good that game is, man.
I actually want to play all of this now.
We'll do it, man. We'll do it. Anyway, we're going to go to a bit of a retro look back on some games that came out this time, however many years ago. So, yeah, enjoy that. We'll be back shortly.
Peace.
The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker is an action-adventure game developed and published by Nintendo for the Nintendo Gamecube. It was the 10th installment in the Legend of Zelda series and released in Japan in December of 2002, North America in March 2003, and in Europe in May of 2003. The game is set on a group of islands in a vast sea, a departure for the series. The player controls the series' protagonist, Link, as he attempts to save his sister from the sorcerer Ganon and becomes embroiled in a struggle for the Triforce, a sacred relic that grants its holders wishes. Aided by allies, including pirate captain Tetra, an incarnation of Princess Zelda, and a talking boat named King of the Red Lions, Link sails the ocean, explores islands, and traverses dungeons to acquire the magic power necessary to defeat Ganon. Wind, which facilitates sailing, plays a prominent role and can be controlled with a magic conductor's baton called the Wind Waker. The Wind Waker was directed by Eiji Aonuma and produced by Shigeru Miyamoto and Takashi Tezuka. It retains the basic 3D gameplay of its predecessors, Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, but with a distinctive cartoon-like art style created through cel shading. The game received widespread critical acclaim, but the art style proved divisive among players, which contributed to the comparatively weak sales. As a result, Nintendo changed directions with the next Zelda installment, the more realistically styled Twilight Princess. However, The Wind Waker's reputation improved over time, and is now widely considered one of the greatest video games ever made. The Wind Waker originated the Toon Link variant of the main character, and received 2 direct sequels for the Nintendo DS, Phantom Hourglass in 2007, and Spirit Tracks in 2009. A high-definition remaster, The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker HD, was released for the Nintendo Wii U in 2013 to critical acclaim.
Welcome back. We have reached that part of the show where we are doing our Mario Kart Time Trial. We've got Dom, who's our star in a kart. That's not what it is, but he's in a car and he's going to try and get the quickest time possible on Mario Kart using all of the same characters, karts, and all that good stuff, criteria that you're all doing as well. If you want to send in your times, please email me at troyxl85gaming@gmail.com. Let me know what your times are and see where you place on the leaderboard. Right, you ready to go, mate?
Yeah, I'm really terrible at this, by the way. I haven't played this in a while. Making me be Bowser in that, like, fuck me. Like, I am never Bowser, ever. Let's go. Fine, you wanker.
Oh, that's a nice drift there. Not bad.
Oh no!
Whoa, you're looking at this. Whoa, it's cost him. Whoa! It's like fucking bumper carts. There's no one else on the track, mate. You don't need to be on back. There we go. Oh, there's still plenty of time to claw this back. Get yourself up and over that jump. Hit your button as you go over. The same one that you used to drift.
Oh.
There, you get a wee boost. Oh, mate.
Bridge! What I mean?
What did the bridge ever do to you?
Yeah, let me drift, man. You drift up the snake like a hero. Hey!
There you go.
The zest on that.
Oh, mate. Oh, darling.
Oh, alright, it is cool, and it is only one. Go away.
That could cost you.
How was that?
You need these next to your laps to be clean as a whistle.
I know.
No pressure. None whatsoever.
Yeah, it's cool.
There you go. You keep pressing the other buttons on the bad, don't you?
Your pad is. I've got some back button on it. Sorry, I had
Take your fingers off the back button.
That's hard.
Sausage fingers.
I have the dexterity of a fucking horse.
Oh, you've missed that one. Go. Bowser amongst the pigeons. Final lap. Let's go, mate.
Watch this.
Watch what?
I don't know.
Watch you caress the grass.
The grass, you wanker.
Get off the grass.
Go. Supposed to be my ace and ace up to the lap. Stop. Everyone else is going to come on the show is way better than me.
Yeah.
Can we make this a blooper? Go on, you slow fuck. Elephants can move faster than you. If there's kids watching, I apologize about the language. I really do, but this is stressing me out.
Right, Alan, you are over the line in a time of 2 minutes 28.776. Well done, mate. Congratulations.
49 and then 40.
There you go. You got quicker and quicker and quicker.
I'm surprised at the last one though. Like the last one was 48, even though I just like pretty much cabbaged myself into the.
Well, as always, for taking part in the speed challenge, this is for the time trial. Get yourself a medal. There you go. Thank you very much. Well done. Well done.
Final round. Fight!
Right, so we've reached the last part of the show, and we're going to do a quick fire round. We're going to put 60 seconds on the clock. I'm going to ask Dom here. There you go, he's got his medal already.
Winner.
We're going to ask Dom here a series of questions, pretty easy, quick fire questions within 60 seconds. Just try and answer as many as you can.
I should try.
So, adjudicator, can I have 60 seconds on the clock, please? Starting now. Sonic or Mario?
Sonic.
Xbox or PlayStation?
PlayStation.
Uncharted or Tomb Raider?
The Uncharted.
The Uncharted.
The Uncharted.
Forza or Gran Turismo?
Forza.
Best game ever?
Best or favorite?
Your best. Your personal best. Not universally recognised the best, but what you would say your favourite or
Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
solid. PES or FIFA?
PES.
Sega or Nintendo?
Sega.
Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat?
Street Fighter.
GoldenEye or Perfect Dark?
GoldenEye.
Pokemon or Digimon? I don't have to ask you that, do I? Call of Duty or Battlefield? Neither. Well, okay then. Worst game ever?
Call of Duty.
Tetris or Puzzle Bobble?
Tetris.
Worst looking console?
Snake, are you okay? Snake? Snake!
Game over.
Dreamcast.
Oh. Dreamcast, worst looking? Oh,
It's good console.
Nintendo Wii was right there. That's a monstrosity.
Nintendo Wii.
Well, the fucking the Wii U. Ugh.
Oh, I forgot about
Oh,
it.
yeah, exactly. That's the worst.
I forgot about it. I completely forgot about it as a console.
Oh, man. Anyway, that wraps up our very first episode. Thank you for joining us. If you like what you've seen, please do drop us a like and subscribe. And I'll be posting these every couple of weeks. We're going to be having more guests, more games, more conversations. If you want to be part of it, if you want to come on as a guest, whether that be in here or a remote interview, drop me an email at troyxl85gaming@gmail.com, or follow me and drop me a DM on any of my socials. You can find me at troyxl85 on everything, basically. Thank you for watching. Really, really appreciate it. Dom, thank you for your time.
It's been a pleasure.
We'll catch you guys next time. All the best. Bye.
Zoom.